Alright, welcome one and all to another episode here of the Colorado Rockies save. Last time we had just began the season, and today we are currently at around the halfway point. We're at 40. We are in July of 2027. It has been a whatever kind of season. It's not really been a great season for us. That's all I'm really going to say there. We're still surprisingly in the wild card hunt. We are only one game above 500. It seems that we're kind of stuck there for the moment. Although I do think we could actually get a little bit better. The Padres have collapsed recently, so I think there's still a chance we'd be able to make it to the wild card here. But the only issue is our team keeps facing injuries. I think Zach Veen is currently injured, right? Let me go injury here. I don't know why that's not showing up. Injured list, yeah, there's a lot of players here, but the main ones I'm trying to talk about is Zach Veen. He was actually doing pretty well, I think. He was at 1.3 WAR, but he's out now, day to day, for about 1 to 2 weeks. So that's the major thing, pressing at the moment. But along with that, our team's pitching has just been really, really bad. Chase Dollander has probably been our best pitcher this year, 4.06 ERA, but we're going to need to probably improve our bats even more if we want a chance at making anything. Because the pitching here is just awful. We are not a good team at Coors Field. Our team is just not that good. And I think that the pitching is definitely reflecting that. Hence why I think it would be a good idea, at least in my opinion, if we just sort of ignore pitching. Or at least, we try to bring in the best pitchers, but we mainly focus on, of course, bringing in as good of hitters as we can to sort of counteract that unbalance there. So, outscore every other team we can play, no matter what. And honestly, even though our team is still really good, like we have Gordman, we have Profar, I guess, doing decently. There's other players we have that are doing well. Ryan McMahon. But we still need to actually work on other players. I think that's going to be our major key idea here. But let's find out here what happens. Oh yeah, and also today's episode coincides with the first year player draft, and then we'll play tomorrow's game. I don't want to play the last game versus Houston. We're just going to play tomorrow's game versus, I think, the Reds. Or where is Houston? Houston are actually dead last in the AL West, so I don't really want to play them. We'll play the Reds, who are actually second in the NL Central instead. So that's going to be a little bit more, I think, important, because they're already a wild card team, and we want to get their spots, because I think they're third. But anyways, yeah, we'll just jump into the first year player draft here. So auto draft until our pick, which is the 13th pick here. Who do we have available to us? Oh, we have a lot of great players here, it seems. I'm actually, as I said, I'm going to probably go with a batter. I think that might just be the best idea here to, go with a batter. What the hell? Why are all these... Oh, here we go. We finally have a player that might actually be good. Perry Ledford, I think, might be the best player to go with here. Because I don't really want to go with a college or a high school player because it usually tends to blow up in your face anyways. Or at least I don't want to go with one as high as we have here. So we're going to go Perry Ledford. He also has a good bit of overall to him already. So there's a good chance soon enough he'll be in the majors. I'm going to meet his demand and get him with the 13th pick here. And then now, we'll just go all players. Yeah, there's some players left here. And now let me also see. I mean, starters, it'd be good to wait on, because a lot of these are high school pitchers at the end of the day. It wouldn't really make sense to get one of those now. Maybe Jack DTN I might get now, because I don't think there's going to be another player here. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, that tends to be how it is. Everybody just drafts pitchers. Now, maybe we could do something different, because obviously we don't really need... Well, we do need pitchers, but we don't really have the same firepower. Have the need for the same firepower it is. And then now we're going to get Justin Glenn. Or actually, no. Is there a position? I think, who is it? Like an outfielder or something? What would we need for the future? Benny Montgomery, yeah, he's currently starting. He's not really, probably not that good. But are there any other players I should bring in here? I think we should definitely get a second baseman or something like that. Because it seems to be a position we always kind of lack in a little bit. We're going to get Matt Holmes. Or where should I get the other guy? I think Matt Holmes is the better option, so we're going to go with him. Third round pick there. In the 4th round, we're just going to go with another batter, whoever the best available is. Justin Glenn. No, we're going to go Dan Newman because I think he might be an easier signee here. So we'll just get him. I don't want to deal with stupid negotiations here. And then there's Preston Moretti. We're going to sign here. And then now we're going to go with Rick Swinier, a player who's apparently from the MLB Draft League. We're going to sign him. And now let's see, are there any good pitchers left? I don't think there would be. Yeah, we'll get Tyler Kizzle just because he is a reliever. I think he's pretty good, or maybe he isn't. I don't know, but that's obviously for us to figure out. And then there's also any college pitchers here that aren't crap. We have Joe Menke. I could get. Oh, we'll get Joe Menke. Why not? Now let's go all batters, college, high school, whatever. At this point, who even really cares? Eric Patullo. We're now going to get him here, catcher. And now I'm going to get Bill Atlee. Again, a lot of these players aren't really going to be great, but I guess we'll see what happens here. I'm really just, I'm bringing in as many players as I can, just to see how many of them can actually. Even Bullock will be the last one for this sort of idea here, I guess. And now I think we're entering the 12th round. Yeah, I'll get Mike. We'll get Prescott as well, and then I think we're done here. Again, the draft usually goes very quickly for me. I tend to just kind of go through it quickly and then end it off. Now let's auto draft the rest of it because it's like 20 rounds. I don't really have a lot to say for each pick usually. Now negotiations begin for us. A lot of high school players, because that's just kind of what happened here. Chad Bafe was 15th overall. Yeah, I guess I'll get something for him. What does he want? Wants 700,000. I mean, that's stupid to me, but he doesn't look that bad. Although this stuff definitely needs improvement. If we can improve that, that'd be nice. But we'll figure that one out. He's also a high school pitcher. That might not have been a good idea. And we'll sim pass this game with Houston because I don't want to play them. It's pretty boring. Hopefully we're able to win. If not, then I'll look pretty stupid. But whatever. Did I press finish today? I think I did, right? I don't know why it's taking this long. It might be. Oh, yeah, we lost. All right, we lost 2-0. So that's not fun. But yeah, and Chad Bafe and Dan Newman have already signed. So it's fun. Series preview by Scotland. Chase Dollander is pitching today. Of course, he's the pitcher I said was our best one, and he probably is, admittedly. We don't really have a lot of other great pitchers, but he's like the one who is actually pretty good. And today we'll be taking on another playoff hopeful team, the Cincinnati Reds. They're actually a lot better, so, or at least as of late. We have been on a bit of a cold streak, or at least a bit of a bad streak at the moment. I don't know how to really word it, but yeah, they have Ellie De La Cruz. The closest we have is Drew Romo, so yeah, but we are also, I'd say, a bit more of a balanced team, but we don't really have a clear-cut superstar at this point, so that's always fun when that happens. But yeah, in terms of how many, we have about the same number of players. The only issue, we have 3 green players, but they have Ellie De La Cruz, which is like an 80, and we have Drew Romo, the closest other player we have, who's a 64 overall. So that's always fun. Let's start the game here. I don't know what the hell. Oh, I probably just forgot to click it. It's the start time here for this game is 7:05 p.m. And I'm now waiting for it. I think it's going to load, right? Here we go. And we're going to watch the first at-bat. It's Gorman versus, who is the pitcher here? And immediately he's going to launch that one into right field, but it won't be enough. Who's pitching here? Tyler Holton. Alright. He's apparently 6-3 so far. He's actually a really good pitcher. However, he does manage to get, or really not him, but Gorman is out nonetheless. As Ezequiel Tovar, we'll just watch this first inning in its entirely, I guess. Or actually, we'll just watch this at bat. I don't know if I want to watch the full thing, but whatever, yeah. And it looks like Tovar is also out. And yeah, that's going to end off the top of the first. McLean now there with Chase Dollander. Now here. Dollander is now out. We're going to go until RSP. There we go. And now it's Benny Montgomery, the right fielder, is now up for us. And he is going to be strucken out there. Kirsten Profar has been on a good streak, I would say, but yeah, it looks like it won't matter anyways. Bottom of the second, Spencer Steer is now at the plate for Cincinnati. And that's going up, and there's a home run. Dollander gives up a home run as it is now 1-0 in favor of Cincinnati. That's always fun. That now brings up Victor Mesa Jr. And Mesa Jr. is now retired there. I guess now we'll just do that. Will anything else happen? No. At bat now for us is Adel Amador. He's 278 home runs so far. And yeah, he strikes out there. Not fun. And no, we actually have Fulford. Braxton Fulford is now on second with Nolan Germán now at the plate. And Germán strikes that ball up. And that'll be a home run for Colorado as we now take a 2-1 lead over the Cincinnati Reds. I imagine, yeah, nothing else really happens there. Austin Meadows is now at the plate. And it looks like, yeah, Meadows manages to get the third as he gets a triple right there. And now, Welbin Francisca is now up for the Reds. And yeah, I think, is he going to be out? Yeah, he's out, but Meadows is home, so now the Reds have tied this game up at 2. Matt McLean, the leadoff man for Cincinnati, now at the plate. And that's going to be the second out of the third inning there. And there we go. And then there's Drew Romo now at bat for the Rockies. Grounded out last time to Ellie De La Cruz, and he is going to strike out looking. That's bad, I'd say. And I'll just do that. Is anything else going to happen? Yeah, Profar is now on second, 2 outs with Brenton Doyle at the plate. We'll see if anything happens here. Doyle hits it to the center fielder. He catches it. That's it for the top of the fourth there. Bottom of the fourth, Ellie De La Cruz leading off. That's a bit scary. We'll see. Is he able to do anything here? Ellie De La Cruz hits it to the first baseman. He catches it. That's it. And no, actually, because Victor Mesa is on second. Stuart Fairchild at the plate in the bottom of the fourth now with 2 outs. Stuart Fairchild at the plate. He's going to hit that ball to the right field, and that's going to be caught. That ends off the bottom of the fourth right there. Top of the fifth, we have Adel Amador. Amador now is going to right field. And that will be the first, and that's going to be Adel Amador at first. Bryant at the plate. And that's going to not be enough there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Chris Bryant. Bryant now hits it, and that is going to be a double play, as now both runners are out. And I guess we'll watch. Actually, no, I usually don't. We'll just not watch. Nothing happens there as Tyler Stevenson is now up, entering the bottom of the fifth, and he's going to be struck out by Chase Dollander. How many strikeouts did he have today? He gets a lot of strikeouts, but he also gives up a lot of runs. That's not exactly good, I'd have to say. Nolan Germán now at the plate. And he is going to walk to first. Next up for, actually I'm also entering the game for Cincinnati pitching wise is Nick Sandlin as Ezequiel Tovar now gets to the plate here. Tovar now up, and he's going to launch that ball to center field, but I think not really a lot happens there. Next up for the Rockies is Drew Romo. That's going to be hit to right field, and it looks like they're going to try to get him out, but yeah, he's safe there. As Drew Romo gets a double, and Nolan Germán is third. Now Benny Montgomery at the plate. He's going to hit that one to the outfield, and it looks like a run at least is going to score for Colorado. Maybe even two. And it looks like 2 runs have scored for Colorado. Montgomery now scores 2 for the Rockies, as now the Rockies in Colorado are up 4-2. Jurickson Profar up for the Rockies. And that's another, nope, that's actually not going to get past him. As Montgomery goes over to third as Profar's out. Brenton Doyle at the plate. And yeah, he's out. Top of the 6th. And that's it there. Next up is Gavin Lux. Here now up at the bottom of the 6th here for Cincinnati. That's going to go deep. However, that will be caught by Brenton Doyle. And will anything else happen? No, nothing else did, as now Josh Winder enters the game for Cincinnati, and Adel Amador here now up for Colorado. He hits the ball straight to the shortstop, 1 out. See if anything else happens here in the top of the 7th before Take Me Out to the ball game. Nothing really does. Take me out to the... Alright, we're done. Victor Mesa now up. And that's 1 out. Top of the 8th. And now it's Nolan Germán, second baseman. And now it's Nolan Germán at the plate now. And yeah, that's an out, and that's 1 out there. Ezequiel Tovar and Romo are set to go up. Will they be able to do anything? No, they're not. Bottom of the 8th now. The Rockies are still winning 4-2 as Austin Meadows enters the game. Joe Jimenez still being the pitcher here. Meadows is going to be out there. And that ends it off here. Lance McCullers Jr., I think, enters the game here. Seem Bouchard at the plate here. And Bouchard is, I think, going to be out. I don't know what the hell happened there, but yeah, Bouchard's out. And I guess we'll just sim this. Angel Chivilli is now in to wind down the game here for the Rockies as Gavin Lux enters the game here. He's not really doing well so far, but he is still our closer, so we'll see what happens. He's actually 5th in saves, surprisingly. I'm actually a bit shocked about that, considering his ERA sucks. And now I guess we'll watch all 3 of these just in case something does happen, or at least I'll watch the Dela Cruz one here. He is due, but alas, he's going to be 0 for 4 today, unless they're able to do some miracle work, but they don't. So the Rockies win versus Cincinnati. We move back up to a winning record. The Reds do notch another loss there, their 44th of the season. Still, standing wise, I'm not going to say we're a great team. We are still 2.5 games off from a wild card spot. But yeah, that's basically it for today's episode. I should actually say, yeah, actually we have Chase Dollars leading the league in wins. It's been interesting, but yeah, I guess that's about it there. Hope you all enjoyed, and good night. Or good morning, because technically it's like 6 in the morning. Alright, whatever, goodbye.